What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man, Saucy. What's happening, brother?
How are you, mates? How are you? Another week back on the podcast. Here we are, and what a game of a round of footballs, I should say. Finals, the first week of finals, AFL. It was absolutely cracker. Some great football, some great matchups, some big calls that we made, Doma, against the grain that were well and truly have come to fruition, and. Doma, I can say this: my preseason pick to win the flag is well and truly alive. The Magpies picked them preseason; they're into the prelim. So, my other team that I picked to be there, GWS, they couldn't get the job done. As we've seen against Hawthorn, but the Pies are still alive. So, I'm still on track. I'm still on track, Doma.
My team was the Lions, and they are, safe to say, could be a little bit cooked. But I think my prediction's cooked anyway because I picked the Lions and versus Pies, and the Lions losing go onto if they beat Gold Coast this week, have to play the Pies in the prelim. So I can't get the matchup I predicted regardless. So unfortunate, but we did pick 3 out of the 4 finals. We predicted it. Obviously, we got the Gold Coast call wrong, which is so disappointing. So disappointing for Fremantle. I know you never say never, but could we never in our lifetime see Fremantle win a flag? It could be possible, couldn't it?
Maybe. They've never won one in the history of the club. So.
No. And, you've got West Coast who have dominated over there as well, and they've never had any luck. I genuinely think we might not see them ever win a flag.
Disheartening for Freo fans. Nat Fife, we see the back of him. Your favourite player, Doma, he's gone finally.
Bro, he came on, he played so well in that.
He did. He had an impact. But Freo, they just, they let him get ahead too much. And credit to Big Mac. He does it again. He rolls forward when he feels the time is right. When they need the big play. Look, I'm not going to say it, but I mean, for a guy like that to understand to read the ball as good as when he goes forward and plays forward as he does down back. I mean, it's rare to find. It's rare to find. It is rare to find. He's a good player. It's just, look, it's the price tag, and you're always going to cop that criticism.
But how's the wizardry of Damien Hardwick to make the move, though? Just wizardry. Because Mac Andrews was playing really well defending. And obviously the game was on the line, and he's gone and just gambled. It's paid off. And of course the story was just amazing for David Swallow to kick the winning behind, which, funnily enough, I think it was the former CEO of Gold Coast was on SEN, and he said, he goes, I don't know if it's the pressure of a final or you're not thinking straight, but why would Fremantle want to review that? Because apparently that all the players are like, we touched it, you have to review it. Wouldn't you want it to go to the centre circle? Because it's like, you can't bring the ball from one end to the other in 9 seconds.
It's true.
You'd rather bring it to the middle and hope that you get a clearance and a mark and you line up to tie the game. And he's on the money. That is the biggest choke. As soon as he kicked the goal, I was sitting there going, here we go. This is going to be an interesting centre bounce. And then as soon as it was getting reviewed and I see it touched, I'm like, well, the game's finished now. That's it. It's over. The ball hangs in the air for about 3 seconds when you go to roost it from the goal square off a kick in. So I'm like, by the time the ball lands, and what Gold Coast did, they bring the whole team up and it's flooded, where if it's a goal, then it's 666. You can't put all your team in a pack.
Correct.
So They choked.
they missed one there. They missed one there. But look, to be honest, they choked the fact that
They
they
choked
didn't win on
anyway.
their home deck because you get Gold Coast traveling over there. They haven't travelled well, historically over the last sort of 2 seasons. A bit better this season, but yeah, they should have won. They should have won for you. They just allowed them to get out to too much of a lead, and they reined them back. Don't get me wrong, they reined them back, but yeah, they spent all their petrol tickets reining it back, and they couldn't finish the job, Dom. So yeah, good win by the Suns. Matty Rowell's an absolute freak of nature. The bloke can't be moved. He's just an absolute unit, isn't he? He's just.
Can we
Did you see when he was bleeding and then
yeah,
he's
he's a gun.
wiping the blood off him because they
Yeah.
don't want him to go off the field, mate?
Yeah,
Good tactics.
And
That's what I mean. Game awareness, the Suns. Game awareness. You don't want your
And
best
your-
player to go
your
off at a
boy.
pivotal moment of the match. So just get that blood off him, mate. Don't worry about it.
your boy though, is a jet. Noah Anderson.
He's a gun.
For those that don't know, that is Sauce's boy.
Talked about him for ages on this podcast.
He is a jet. He's a jet. Now I'm gonna put something out into the.
He might win the Brownlow.
Yes, I was about to say this. I'm about to put something into the football environment that I've been saying behind the scenes.
The ether.
In the ether. But I've said it to you and I've said it to a lot of people behind the scenes. But I'd rather put it on record because if it does happen, I don't want to be like, oh, I've been saying it to everyone that was going to happen, like every other person does. Oh, I said so-and-so was going to win. No, you didn't. All right, we got a podcast, so we can't say it. And then if we're an idiot, then people come on here and they flame the shit out of us. Or if we get it right, no one gives us. If we get it right, no one gives us credit because they don't want to make our ego even bigger than it already is. So, but do not be surprised. Obviously, we've had one of the closest seasons ever. All right, and if Patrick Cripps could win, finishing 9th last year, and have the greatest season in the history of football, all right, according to the Brownlow votes, do not be surprised because of how close the points are and how many games teams won, that you might get Noah Anderson or Matt Rowell winning the Brownlow. Now, someone said to me, yeah, but they still vote off of each other. Yeah, that's okay. They're the 2 best players in the team. 3s and 2s win your Brownlows. Took Miller was injured for a lot of the season. Don't forget that. Yeah, Bailey Humphrey might get 3 votes in a couple games. But you just need 2s and 1s. And people are looking at it as if these guys are not going to get a 1 vote or a 2 votes in a losing game. That's the problem. People look at the Brownlow and go, oh, they have to poll in winning games or they don't get votes. It's not necessarily true. So after the bye, Matt Rowell was, I think, ranking-wise, he was in the top 3 players in the comp after the bye.
Yeah, he just took it to another level.
And we're talking from round 13 to round 24. You can potentially win a Brownlow off 8 rounds if you're on fire. And we've seen it before. People get the hot starts. If you have it in the back end of the season, it can win you anything. So a lot of people looking at Jordan Dawson and all these other players, maybe just don't look past Anderson and Rowell. So
there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, great win by the Suns, mate. And it sets up the Q clash this week as we jump into the second game, which was the Cats slapping Brisbane. Not just beating them, they slapped them.
How good did the Cats look?
Fuck, they could have won this by 10 goals, mate. They kicked so poorly.
They kicked poorly, terribly.
And they still won by 40.
Yeah, it could have been 60 plus. They were dominant. They look good. They look good. They look pacey. You know, Sean Manor. I'll tell you what, just give me a bit of that. His ball use inside 50. He's got this. He's got the jink. He's got the jag. He throws the step. He's got the NRL step on him. Does Sean Manor? He throws that right leg out, and mate, there was one play where he just stepped to the right, give him a little shimmy, went past him, then just hit up the target, 25-meter pass like a dart on the chest. It was just unbelievable. I just love to see composure like that is what wins your finals. You know, not just throwing it on the boot, having the confidence in your play to go, no, I'm better than this guy. I'm going to take him on. I'm going to hit a target inside 50 and get a shot on goal for my team. You know, like that's the sort of play you need to win games and be a good football side. You need players that, you know, have that confidence within themselves. So Yeah, look, it was a shellacking. It was a shellacking, and they look good, the Cats, and they get the rest, and they're going to this prelim final, nice and rested. They got a bit of an older team, and I made one of the great calls. And I didn't say it on this podcast, but I should have. But I knew that Paddy Dangerfield they were nursing him through the season to unleash him, and they unleashed him on the weekend. I think he had 19 touches. He's only had 19 plus touches, I think, in 4 or 5 games this season, which is just unlike Patrick Dangerfield. But he's been playing down forward. He played more midfield time. They had Bailey Smith on the wing a bit and Dangerfield attending more centre bounces. I knew that's what they were doing. They were nursing him through the season, and they were going to unleash him, put him in the centre bounce more often because, at the end of the day, you want your Bulls in there, and he could probably win you a few clearances just out of there by himself. And it was just a good performance by him, if you ask me. It was he played a lot of the game. He had to actually probably play a bit more than he needed to, considering they copped a few knocks and things at the end there, a few guys, but yeah, the Cats, they look good. They look good. Domo, we might all be wrong, and the Cats might win the flag. We'll see, because they've got a good spread of talent across the field.
They look very good. Very, very good. I've got nothing to say. They lose Lockie Neal Brisbane to a calf injury and Hipwood to a knee injury. They did beat teams without them throughout the season, so I'm not going to write them off against the Suns, and we'll give our predictions in a second for that game. But yeah, they just look slow, really slow. And your thoughts on Cam Rayner, Source? Going up to the umpire, pretty much going in the umpire's face behind the play, obviously about his treatment from O'Connor. And obviously he's staged and got 2 free kicks, mate.
Veteran move. You see it in the NBA all the time. The vet going up to the umpire saying, "Mate, watch what you're doing. Watch what he's doing. You got to. He's fouling me, this and that." And we'll complain to the ref, and then you'll go down the next play, and you'll get the foul, and you get the 2 free throws. That's what Cam Rayner did. He made the umpire aware, veteran move, and then he milked the umpire when it wasn't there. Let's be honest, it wasn't there, Dom. It was soft by Rayner. He took a dive, but he milked it from the umpire. He knew his team needed something. He was being blanketed up until that point. And you know what? Those 2 goals that he got gifted, Dom, actually lit a fire under him, and he probably could have had another. I think he kicked 3. He had got another one. He probably could have had another one. He did one play where he stiff-armed the guy, shrugged the tackle, and stepped around a bloke and beat 3 guys and snapped it and just missed. He could have had nearly 5 goals and nearly, lightened up the whole game for himself and his team. But yeah, look, you don't want to see dives like that, but it's a veteran move. It's smart. It's smart play. It's smart play. Just like it was smart play by the Collingwood Magpies to report Rankin. It was smart play. It's all fair games, mate. Like I just say, you will do anything within the rules to win the ultimate prize, and that's a flag, mate.
Yeah, all fair is lover's war, mate. That's pretty much the same. Obviously, the other elimination final was at NG Stadium, where the Hawks were 0-8 at NG Stadium, and they just rolled in to win by 19 points. Obviously, GWS came back in this. I actually said to someone, I was listening to this on the radio, and I said, don't worry, GWS will come back. Hawthorn usually will drop off in around the 3rd quarter. That's what I said, and the Giants flew back into the game in the 3rd quarter, and then they just steadied the ship. Sam Mitchell's such a great coach, isn't he? Such a great coach. They get the job done, and just kudos to their all-Australian forward. Jack Gunston is just a jet. He's so good. He's so good. So, 19-point win by them. Nothing else more to say. All their guys stepped up, did what they had to do, and they set up a big game this week against the minor premiers and what were premiership favourites, Source, in Adelaide, over at the Adelaide Oval. So let's get into that game, which was the first game, the Thursday night match between the Crows and the Pies. And once again, the wily old veterans, just like Geelong, they didn't look as polished as Geelong, but the wily old veterans win this by 24 points. They travel over to Adelaide, first time back in 2 weeks after the Rankin incident. They got booed every time Quaynor and whoever the other person was touched the ball. And they just said, that's fine, you can boo us, we don't care. You're so focused on um, everything that's happened in the media, mate. We're focused on what's happening in the game. And I reckon they've capitalised on Adelaide, and that's an Adelaide fault too, because Rankin came back from his trip and he apologised. I think it was the day before the game or the day after the game. So they had this lingering, like, they had a lingering issue around the football club. Instead of getting him in front of the camera straight away, making him apologise for what he did, they just let it linger. It just sits around the football club. Everyone's thinking about it. Then they're thinking, mate, you don't think every time they're sitting in a meeting that when they're going, oh, Lukey Pedler, you're coming into the team this week for Rankin. And they're sitting there going, fuck, I wish I had Isaac Rankin playing this week. Why did he have to go do what he did? In every meeting, they're just like, oh, this is what we're going to do. Pedler's going to be playing here. Pedler's going to be doing that. And they'd be like, yeah, we got Lukey Pedler this week. But damn, we could have had Rankin. And you know what? It showed Sauce, because where was Darcy Fogarty? You know, when Rankin plays, the big forwards, they get more of a chop out because he's such a dangerous threat when the ball hits the deck. He's got eyes on him, whether it's in the forward line or in the midfield. Darcy Fogarty, out of the big three, he did nothing. Thilthorpe played all right. Tex played great. Tex Walker was fantastic. I think he had 18 touches, kicked 3 goals, 2, or 2 goals, 3. He did what he could. I think Thilthorpe kicked 2 goals, had 12 touches, did what he could. But Fogarty did nothing. And that's because, in saying that, Pedler did kick 4. So
Pedler had a good game, man. He played a great game.
The X factor.
I feel like Jordan Dawson didn't have one of his better games. He kicked a goal, but he was a little bit unsure at times. There was a little bit of lack of composure. The inability to just stop kicking it to Darcy Moore. I understand Darcy Moore teams feel like he's a bit of a weak link, but I think people forget that when he was playing at his All-Australian best, he was having and averaging 6 or something intercept marks a game. And he has that ability to have that, and he just showed that if Darcy Moore can play, he's such a barometer for like, he's not a barometer, but like if he's playing at his best and then he's got all these other guys around him, mate, that Collingwood team is really hard to stop, because he sets them up. He takes the intercept marks. He was able to then control the ball out of the half back and find their guys. They put Pendlebury on the half back line and controlled it off the half back. They cost good ball users. They got good skills. And then at times when they needed to go quick, they went quick. And then I'll just have to say, you nearly say they've probably got the best ball use going into inside 50 out of any team in the comp. Geelong a close second. Their ball use inside 50 is pretty good as well. But fuck, Collingwood is just, they are elite. Yeah, their ball use, they kick it to the advantage of their forward, more often than not. They, 7 out of 10 times they're kicking it to the advantage of their forward. They try not to bomb it in there. They're, it's just, it works well. It works well. So, yeah, look, credit to the Pies. They deserved the win and they played better on the night. Crows were average, and they'll need to elevate their game this week if they're able to fight off, is it the Hawks? The Hawks they're playing. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We definitely will, Sauce. Let's get to those games and our predictions. So, Friday night, we have Adelaide versus Hawthorn at Adelaide Oval. Who have you got?
Can they do it again? Can they go? Are they going to go on an all-time run? The Hawks? Could they be the Doggies? The Doggies of 08? Or when was the Doggies? No, it was 08.
If they win, Sauce.
On the go.
If they win, it sets up Hawthorn versus Geelong in the prelim.
16, I think it was.
Can you imagine Hawthorn Geelong prelim?
I'm gonna tip the Hawks. I think they've got the team to do it. because I just don't think like if they were able to dominate and outplay GWS's midfield, why can't they do that to Adelaide, who I feel like are less superior than GWS? I feel like GWS has a better midfield than Adelaide, and that's where it starts. So, look, Newcomb had a great game. Lukey Hodge talking him up in the media, saying this man's built for finals. It showed that he showed it. He was a brute force, and his ball use, I think he went at 86% disposal efficiency on the night. It was unbelievable. I'm going to tip the Hawks. I think they can get it done. They've got the game style. They're going to bring it to ground. If they obviously stop the intercept marking that the Adelaide set up in down the line and force it to the ground. I feel like they'll have too much talent on the ground level to get the job done. And Jack Gunston, he's on absolute fire. Any chance he get, it's most likely going through. It's going to be a good one, but I'm going to tip the Hawks. I'm going to go the Hawks by 8 points.
Okay. I'm going to tip Adelaide, not with a big vote of confidence, but I think they will bounce back. But if they win this week...
Straight sets. They wouldn't want to go out to straight sets and finishing top of the ladder.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to, would you? But I think they win this week. Good luck to them playing Geelong the following week at the G. But maybe they win that in conspiracy theory. They get Rankin back for the granny. Wouldn't that be something? And then if Collingwood wins on the other side, it'll be Collingwood Adelaide grand final, Rankin back. Can you imagine that? That would be out of this world. But I'm tipping the Crows. I think they'll bounce back this week. They'll get the job done. There's a lot of work cut out for Sicily and Battle and Barras. Impey, all those guys, they got their work cut out with those big forwards. So, yeah, I'm going with the Crows. Next one is Saturday night at 7:35. We got the Lions versus the Suns in the Q Clash sauce. A Q Clash in the finals. Never thought I'd be saying that, but your tip?
I'm going to go the Suns. I think no Lockie
last time
Neal.
They played him, they belted him.
They struggled. They beat him. They have confidence. They beat him last time. They got a big, they should have confidence going to Fremantle and winning over there, a big final. Why can't they go down the road and win at the Gabba? So I'm going to go the Suns. I think they're a team in form. Their midfielder is as good as any in the comp. They need Ben King to fire this week. Didn't kick a goal last week, so they can get more of him.
Well, they reckon that he's a flat track bully, Ben King. So I think he averages 1 goal a game against top teams. He kicks all his goals against no one. That was the knock on him. So I don't know. I disagree with that. Well, it's probably a true fact, but I think he's a quality player. He does what they need. And, mate, Bailey Humphrey's a jet, isn't he? He's so good. He's so good. But I don't know. I'm actually torn in this game because I've seen the Lions firsthand with my own very eyes do great things and beat great teams without Lockie Neal.
True. Exactly.
I've seen it. But that's going to take. But it's going to take guys like Charlie Cameron and Rayner to step up this week, and Bailey. If they're going to win it, those guys need to step up. If they're going to go all the way, those guys need to step up because you've got no Lockie Neal.
He cops the tag again this week. Why wouldn't Dimma send a tag to him? It worked so well for Geelong last week. He had no influence. He clearly couldn't deal with a hard tag.
I might have to tip with you. I sang at dinner last night on Sunday night to a couple of people that I don't think I can see the Suns winning a grand final anytime soon. But you know what? Thinking about it, belief partnered with Damien Hardwick with the experience. I don't know. Seen funnier things happen in football. I'm going to go the Suns.
Their pressure in that match at times when they needed to make the big tackle, it was just unbelievable, Doma. Like they were just, running guys down. Tuke Miller, I think, led tackles for a veteran to lead the tackles like that. One of the oldest guys at your club, it just speaks wonders to what they're willing to do to, obviously win games of football. So yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. Look, you don't make any of these tips lightly. It's all going to be close matchups. I think, everything will be decided within a couple of goals, maybe 2 or 3. And maybe some even less than 10 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I'm going the Suns. You're going the Suns. And then I'm
We'll split the other game.
Side.
Yeah,
Split
very
the other
nice.
Game.
Beauty. All right, Saucy. EPL, I'll throw to you. We'll get to some of the comments. Big win for the Suns is Magda. Hello, Manuel. Manuel says, why does Doma look like a human tomato? To be honest, I think I got burnt a couple of weeks ago at work. Now it's starting to just flare up. So.
All right, we've got it, Doma. EPL this weekend kicks off Saturday evening, the cracker time. I'll be watching this, tuning in live. I'll probably have it on my tablet while I'm got the footy on as well, because I'm not going to miss out on the finals of the footy for just a measly Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, where we'll win by 2 goals at least. Doma,
is Ange Postecoglou going to be in charge for this game?
Is he been hired by Nottingham Forest? Has he?
Yeah, they hired him about 2 hours ago.
Did they really?
Yeah.
So did Nottingham Forest sack their coach?
Yeah, Espirito Santo got sacked this morning, probably 3 a.m. our time, because I woke up and saw the news, and they've signed Postecoglou.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure. I'll fact check that.
Fact check that.
Okay.
Anyway,
how you fact check, ladies and gentlemen, Fabrizio.
Nottingham Forest Saturday evening kicks us off, and then Sunday midnight games on Saturday night. So Sunday morning, you got Bournemouth against Brighton Hove Albion, Crystal Palace against Sunderland, Everton versus Aston Villa, Fulham versus Leeds, Newcastle versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then you got West Ham United against Tottenham Hotspur, Brentford against Chelsea, Burnley against Liverpool, and then the Manchester Derby comes on Monday morning, 1:30 a.m. Manchester City against Manchester United. Both teams struggling, admittedly. That's it, Doma. That's the round of EPL.
Oh, oops.
There it is. Here we go. Nottingham Forest, big Ange Postecoglou. He's got
2
another job.
2027 source. So he's back.
He's back.
So where's Nottingham on the table? They'll be 16th by season's end. Win a trophy.
There you go. So Spirito Santo got sacked after 3 games.
Yeah. Well, I think he had a falling out with the owner last year.
Okay. There we
They
go.
weren't on good terms. So lost his job. All right, so let's move on. We got 2 big, global. Hello to you. Congratulations,
mate. Congratulations. We've seen the news, mate.
Congrats, mate. He's engaged, ladies and gents, if anyone's wondering. So you can give some
congratulations in the chat, ladies and gents, to Global.
What up, mate? Great stuff. So I don't want to say it, but I think you cooked. So
he knows. Yeah, he knows.
Oh, very good. Well done, mate. We can't go past the international break without talking about. You think I'm going to say so-and-so. I'm not going to say so-and-so. Italy. We're going to talk about Italy. They've actually won 2 games, Source. The Gattuso era has started with 2 wins and a bag of goals kicked in both games from both teams. Italy kicked 7 goals this morning because they had 2 own goals scored. They scored twice for Israel. They scored 7 times this morning, but it's really good. They were third in the table in their group. That win against Estonia, and then Israel puts them into second. Israel's now played 5 games, I'm pretty sure. So
Yep,
they're
they have.
done. So
They are done.
we need to play whoever's last in the group, I'm pretty sure.
Moldova.
Because we've lost to, or do we play everyone twice, maybe? I'm trying to think. 5
Hang
games.
on. Let
No,
me
I think you
just
play
see.
everyone
They
twice. You
play
play
everyone
everyone
twice.
twice.
So they've got Estonia next.
Yeah.
And then they'll have to play Israel, then they'll play Moldova, then they'll play Norway.
Norway.
But there's 4 more games left in that group that Italy's in.
That's
It would be
good.
an absolute disaster if they don't qualify for the World Cup again.
Again.
It would be the first time probably in history I think that Italy's missed 2 World Cups in a row. I'm not sure. They'd have to be fact checked on that.
Well,
But
they've missed 2 already. It'll be third. They
okay,
haven't
this will
made it
be the
since
third.
2014. They won at 18, 22,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah. So if they miss this one, it'll be the third.
This will be the third.
Yeah.
Jeez. No good,
So
mate.
yeah,
It will be an
good
absolute
start.
disaster.
Good start with Gattuso. Yeah, happy days. It's always good to be second on the table with a game in hand. That's for sure. So yeah, good stuff to the Italian Stallions, mate. All right, let's get to the F1 source. And Supermax, super good, wins by 19 seconds in the Italian Grand Prix, just dominated.
They
Lando
changed their
Norris
car setup, or I heard and
could be
Max was
back.
putting pressure on the engineers to like make this setup or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I just heard the commentator saying, because I did watch the race, Doma. Yeah, look, congrats for Verstappen. He was by far the best racer on the day. It was a crazy start. It was a crazy first 10 laps. There was overtaking everywhere.
Yeah,
You had people running off the track. You had Lando nearly, getting caught up in the grass and getting run off the track by Verstappen. And you had Piastri overtaking galore from Piastri and anyone as well that was behind him. It was brilliant. It was a great race. Monza always provides a cracking race. Verstappen didn't really know, once he had that pit, did they know whether it was going to work out or not? It just sort of fell his way. They pitted at the right time. They managed it well, and then he was able to extend that lead. But yeah, look, his car had the speed that it needs to compete with McLaren's in this race, didn't it, Doma? So, could
he's
this mean it might not be all smooth sailing for Lando and Piastri up front until the end of the season?
What I'm saying is these two guys, Lando Norris and Piastri, cannot afford. If Max Verstappen has to finish every race for the rest of the season, and these two guys cannot afford to have a DNF. That's all I'm saying.
Lando's already had one.
No, no. From this point on,
Yeah,
with this new setup, because if Verstappen starts winning races and these guys with team orders have to give each other spots back, and they have to be made to race each other, then Max is just going to sit there, he just bide his time. He's the shark, as we have in our media gallery here. We play sometimes. He just comes and he hunts you down, mate. Maxi Verstappen. This season is well and truly open. Don't think it's a write-off. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, it's a write-off. It's done. McLaren's going to win the Constructors. But in terms of the World Championship, there's 8 races left. There's a lot of points. So, my boy Charles from Ferrari needs to lift. Well, I'll give you the standings. Verstappen first, Norris second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth, Russell fifth, Hamilton sixth, Albon seventh, Bortoletto in eighth, Antonelli in his home Grand Prix in ninth, Hadjar in 10th. And then no other notable mentions except for Alonso, DNF, and Hulkenberg, DNF as well. Team orders, obviously that's the biggest talking point. Now, I was watching it, and Lando gave the spot back to Piastri in Hungary, I think it was, this year. He gave him the spot back. So I guess it's 1-for-1. I understand. It doesn't sit right with me. No, I know Oscar wasn't happy, Magda, but I don't know. If that's me, or if that's Max Verstappen, let's just say it's Max Verstappen. Let's not say us. If it was Max Verstappen, who's a world champion, he would have said, yeah, no worries, I'll give you the points back. And he would have finished the last 15 laps. And he would never have let his teammate overtake. And he would have had the punch on with his teammate after. He wouldn't have cared. He would have had the confrontation. He would have said, I don't care. Because I'm here to win championships, mate. You can go find his 7 points elsewhere when he beats me fair and square. That's what he would have said. I'm telling you, Max Verstappen would not have given that spot back. He wouldn't have. Now, the whole thing is it's a 1-for-1. All right? The favor's been reciprocated. It's done. So now, McLaren can't get on the radio and say anything anymore. Because they actually said to Piastri on the radio, if you listen back, they said give it back just like he did in, I think it was Hungary. They say the race that Norris gave Piastri the spot back. Guilt trip him. But now, can't say anything anymore. That's it. Because he was dead and gone. He had a shit pit stop, Lando. They stuffed it up. And Piastri actually took the lead. So, it's 3 points, Sauce. He only takes 3 points off of him. Who really cares?
We know that's been a long-standing issue with this McLaren team, this whole season. So, yeah, as you said, it balances out. It's 1-for-1. If I'm Piastri, I'm in front. He's had his DNF. I've got probably one of the greatest chances of all time to win a world championship. I need to just, every point counts. That's the attitude he should have right now. And stuff the rest. You have to be selfish in this sport at sometimes, and the best ones in the world and the GOATs, they are selfish. They don't care about anyone else. They only care about winning and holding that trophy up at the end of the season. So it's going to be an interesting 8 races to end. It's going to be
the greatest thing that could happen is Verstappen wins from here. I don't want to say it because obviously I want Piastri to win the Aussie. But the greatest thing that could happen is Verstappen wins. But for the story of you spent so much time trying to work out who you wanted to be the world champion that you have no world champion now. Just imagine. Zach Brown, your job would disappear, mate, like the Magic Man, if that was the case. But he could have done that, because that's what Verstappen would have done. And then Lando would have had a sulk. Piastri would have had to punch him in his British face, Aussie style, and that's it. Done and dusted. Time to go shove his cup of tea with a...
Should have been ruthless.
Anyway. All right, Sauce, let's get to the NFL because week 1 is in the books. It's done and dusted. There's a couple of interesting results. And as I said to you, I'm right back into it this year. Right back into it. So the Cowboys lose to Philly by 4 points in the season opener. And the Cowboys look pretty good. That was a pretty good loss, if you ask me, to bring the Super Bowl champs to a 4-point win. They actually looked all right. Chiefs lose to the Chargers by 6. Buccaneers beat the Falcons 23-20. Bengals defeat the Browns 17-16. My Dolphins got slapped by your Colts 33-8. We stunk. Panthers lost. Oh, huge win. Panthers lose to the Jags 26-10. Raiders over Patriots 2013. Cardinals over Saints. The Steelers versus Jets game 34-32. Aaron Rodgers had 5 TDs in his debut for the Steelers, but the Jets look good. Justin Fields, Sauce, obviously used to be at the Chicago Bears, has come over to the Jets as their new QB. Just fit into the system beautifully. So, not saying
what did you say? The Jets looked good. Come on, mate.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, they did. The Jets look good.
It's one game. I'll just say this. Hold your horses. It's one game.
Yeah, I understand. But they look good. can say they look good. I'm not saying they're going to win a freaking Super Bowl.
Okay.
They could lose every game for the season, but they look good in that. They were actually up. So the Giants. Let's be honest. I saw them firsthand live last year in person, and they stunk then, and they could be shit forever. So
who's their QB now?
I wouldn't have a clue. Russell Wilson.
Is it?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because they got rid of Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and replaced him with. Might as well have kept him. That's how bad they played. So the Commanders win 21-6. Broncos defeat the Titans 20-12. San Francisco over Seahawks 17-13. Lions lose to the Packers 27-13. Rams over Texans. Vikings defeated the Bears today 27-24. But the game of the round, Source, was the Bills versus Ravens. I don't know if you caught any of this, but the Ravens were up 40-25, and the Bills ended up coming back and winning.
I think
this
it was about 9 minutes on the clock. 40-25, 9 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and Josh Allen, he's good, man. Both of the QBs, like Lamar Jackson's a jet as well, man. But Josh Allen just went God mode.
I'll say one thing: where's the defense, man? You can't be giving up 40 points in games.
Yeah, well, Derrick Henry looks so good. Derrick Henry dominated, and then he ended up being the one that turned the ball over. Unfortunately, he got stripped of the ball on a run, and that gave him the possession back to win the game. So,
wow,
just unlucky. But the Bills look really good, but they're always going to be good, and so are the Ravens. They're going to be the two best teams that come out of their conference, to be honest, this year. All right, let's go to week 2, mate. What do we got?
Week 2.
We've got Commanders at Packers.
I watched a bit of NFL this week, surprisingly.
I'm gonna put it out there, Source.
Yeah, go on.
Disney Plus could be the best subscription service on the market.
What do you get?
$180 a year.
Yep.
You get Disney.
Yep.
They've obviously acquired Star, so you get some other shows there. They've got ESPN. They've got every NFL game with Red Zone.
Yeah.
So you can watch Red Zone. They've got practically every college football game. They've got ice hockey. They've got the International World Cup qualifiers for soccer. So that tells me, because it's in America next year, they probably have the World Cup games. This could be money for Jam.
It's just part of the standard subscription. It's not like you pay a subscription and then you pay an extra subscription.
Standard. I click on the hamburger on the side and I just scroll down and I click ESPN, mate, and it gives me everything. It's got all the ESPN shows on there. You can watch SportsCenter on there.
Brilliant.
I'm telling you, it could be the best subscription service, money for Jam. It's got NBA too, Source. I forgot to mention that. They've got all the ESPN NBA games on at the same time. NBL, I think as well. I'm telling you, KO, you might as well, after the AFL and F1, you might as well flush it down the toilet. For how much money you pay for KO and what you get, it's practically jack shit.
Well, it's $45 a year if you want the 2 streams. $45 a month, I should say, if you want the 2 streams.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
What's that, $480 a year?
It would not surprise me, Source. It would not surprise me that when it comes up to tender again, Stan Sports tries to get the AFL. Because it is Stan's owned by Channel 9.
Yep.
It would not surprise me if they try to get the AFL.
There you go. AFL back on 9.
On Stan Sport.
Stan Sport only.
Yeah. And then the free-to-air games. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
When is it back up for tender? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I know they've got the new broadcast rights coming up. You might have to just look that up. Yeah, but I'm just telling you, ladies and gents, ESPN, Disney Plus. Unbelievable. I'll get you the Disney Plus. Disney Plus subscription cost. Disney Plus Australia. Get Disney Plus annual.
2031. So after 2031, it'll be up for.
Oh, here we go. Premium. Premium. Sorry, $210 a year. That's for 4K Ultra HD, Ultra HD, ad free. And stream on 4 devices. Or you can pay $160 a year, 1080p Full HD, not the 4K, but two devices at a time. It's pretty good. And they're also, if you're into WWE, they're also getting the WWE because it's on, like the pay-per-views are on ESPN. So they're adding a lot. So they've got Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, which is all, and National Geographic, which is all under the Disney branch. And they got Star and ESPN. And ESPN came start of this year or middle of this year. They just popped up. I think it was NBA playoffs. It just appeared. They just acquired it. So,
did you know that the season opener for the NFL that was in Brazil was actually live on YouTube? Like you watched it on YouTube for free, live. So I don't know what this means. If it means that potentially YouTube might is trying to tender for like the international games. They might have the British game that they put on there and everything. But it's an interesting one. If a company like YouTube even gets into it, how reliable their platform is, and it can hold millions and millions and millions of people can be watching a stream at any one time, and it's going to hold up perfectly. Yeah, that's also another one that I seen. YouTube could be getting into potentially getting some sort of sports or whatever on their platform. I don't know.
I got to look into it.
I'm not exactly sure
because I know
that was interesting.
I don't know if oh, here you go. Ways to watch NFL.com. It says here streaming services. NFL Plus, Peacock, Paramount Plus, ESPN, Netflix, and Prime. And I saw YouTube as well before somewhere. Because I know Amazon get an exclusive game, and Netflix usually gets a game. Do they get Christmas games or Thanksgiving is on Netflix? So they've actually signed big deals to get certain games on certain platforms. The NFL is pretty good. So they share it around a fair bit. If anyone else in the chat wants to correct us or let us know on anything else, but I remember the Prime game. That's what they called it, Prime game of the week. They'd pick a game that was on Amazon. So, yeah, which is pretty good. It doesn't say in the... I'm trying to see if it says anything. But yeah, Red Zone is elite, ladies and gents. Just tune in on a Monday. The games are at 3 a.m. I understand that. But those 6 o'clock games, if you're up for work or you're at work at 7 and you put Red Zone on, obviously it's the same as Goal Rush for the Premier League. You get all the plays and everything.
It's actually really good. It's
elite, mate. So how good is that? Just click it on, have it in the background. And they've got mini matches source that they upload as well. I've been watching the mini matches.
Mini matches for NFL would be good because obviously it's a very long format. So
it's about 16 minutes.
They
vary between 16 to 28 minutes, depending on how long the game goes in terms of points scored, TDs, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've also picked the college football top games of the round. And there's mini matches for practically all the ranked teams. When they play each other, they all get a mini match. So you can tune into that as well, which is pretty good. So anyway, let's get to this week's games. Enough giving Disney Plus a plug. If they want to sponsor the podcast, you know where to find us. So on Friday, we got Commanders versus Packers. What have I done? And then we got Oh, fuck. Commanders, Packers, Browns at Ravens, Jags at Bengals, Giants at Cowboys, Bears at Lions, Patriots at Dolphins, 49ers at Saints, Bills at Jets, Seahawks at Steelers, Rams at Titans, Panthers at Cardinals, Broncos at Colts, Eagles at Chiefs, Falcons at Vikings. And then on Tuesday, we have Buccaneers at Texans and Chargers at Raiders. And there are no buys this week. No buys. There you go, Sauce. Over to you for some UFC.
UFC over the weekend, Doma. It was Imamov against Boralo, held in Paris, France. I'll bring up the screen. I've got it ready. Had it prepared earlier. Nassourdin Imamov against Caio Boralo. 5th round decision, gets the win in the main event. I can't say I can comment on these because I didn't watch the fight, but we'll have a look at the strikes. It looked pretty even. Look at that. Total strikes 89 to 89, significant strikes 81 to 66. No takedowns or submission attempts, but the Frenchman in front of his home crowd gets the win. And then you had Benoit Saint Denis defeating Maurizio Ruffi with a submission in the second round. Modestas Bukakis defeating Paul Craig with a KO in the first round. Listen to this. Mason Jones defeating Bolaji Okai with a KO in the second round. Axel Sola defeating Reese McKay with a KO in the third round. William Gomez defeating Robert Rucala with a unanimous decision over the 3 rounds. There was knockouts galore. Look at this. In the prelims, there was here Omar Sy knocking out Brenson Ribeiro. Then Ante Delja defeating Marcin Tybura with a knockout. Then you had Cor Fernandez defeating Harry Hardwick. And then you had with a KO. And then Sam Patterson defeating Trey Waters with a KO. Robert Brysek defeating Brad Tavares with a KO. Rinat Ferdinov Fakaredinov defeating Andreas Gustafsson with a KO in the first round. And then the women's bout had a submission. But there was KOs galore, Doma. I'd have to go back and have a check because that's probably one of the most KO cards I've ever seen in a card since we've been doing this show. There was a total of 13 fights. And 9 KOs out of 13 fights.
Shit.
That's a good one to watch back, if you ask me, Doma.
That's crazy.
A very good one to watch back. All right, let's see if we can get to upcoming this weekend. We got a big card, September the 14th. It is in San Antonio, United States. Noche Lopez against Silva. In the featherweight division, you got Diego Lopez against Gene Silva. It's going to be a belter. And then you've got Rob Font against David Martinez, Rafa Garcia against Jared Gordon, Calvin Gastelum against Dustin Stolzfus, Santiago Luna against Guang Li, Alexander Hernandez against Diego Ferreira. These are the prelims, which kick off from 5 a.m. The main card kicks off from 8 a.m. on this Sunday, September the 14th. Jose Daniel Medina against Dusko Ordovic in the middleweight. Claudio Porreles against Joaquim Silva in the lightweight. Tatiana Suarez against Amanda Lemos in the women's strawweight. That's a second versus fourth bout, and second versus fourth in the rankings, and it's on the prelims, if you don't mind. Jesus Aguila against Luis Gurile. Zachary Reese against Cedricus Dumas. It just goes on. There's another 2 to call. I'm just not even going to bother. 5 a.m. it kicks off, and main card kicks off from 8 a.m. Tune in this weekend. It's going to be a belter. It's Noches UFC Noche, which is I think like the Mexican.
It is.
Independence Day or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, that's this weekend. It's going to be a belter. UFC for another week. Get around it.
Very nice sauce. Oh, I'm going to throw it to you for the hobby talk.
Yeah, I know, Magda. Thanks for agreeing with me that they're very hard to say. So, hey, look, some of them I pronounce really well. Like, the Asian guy, Kwang Lee, I feel like I got that on point. Yeah, but then I tell you what, some of them, Magda, they are tongue twisters at the best of times. But I think it makes it part of. It wouldn't be a saucy readout if I didn't stuff up a few names. So
he's become a lot better. If you remember from the start of the show, I used to just be sitting here laughing my head off the whole time. I was just like, well, what is he talking about?
Yeah,
this guy.
Hey, some of them are really hard. Like,
it's pretty funny. It's very funny. All right, I'm going to throw to you, Sauce. Hobby talk. You've got something. It's your item here, the Blue Bottom Mania.
The Blue Bottom Mania, Doma. We don't have a lot to talk about in hobby talk. We're not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a bit more in a few weeks.
We're waiting for Saucy to put out his grading video. Is what we're waiting for.
Yeah, I haven't even opened the package. Look, it's sitting here. There it is. There. I don't even know what I've got.
Doesn't even know.
I don't even know. I'm just being an absolute clown. I've actually been quite busy with work, so I was just like, it's probably something that I need to get to and sort out so we can talk about it on the show. But we'll have a few more shows coming out. We did actually have a link to promo, Doma. So I don't know. We got sent the link by the Oracle to promo, and it was meant to promo it on the show. So we need to promo that. So after I talk about this Blue Bottom, if you've got anything to talk about that. So I can
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
We can give it a plug. All right. I'll still find the link and we'll give it a plug. I'll try to do 2 things at once here, ladies and gentlemen. I just got to go into my Facebook and find it was on Messenger. But Blue Bottom has gone nuts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Blue Bottom, I'm talking about One Piece OP01 Blue Bottom. What that means is on the bottom of the box, it was printed blue. Then there was a second print, and that was printed white. So the Blue Bottom is considered the first ever wave and print of OP01, the first original One Piece set, which released in September 2022. I did my research, Doma, and looked it up. It released. And before it released, we talked about it on this show, and we said you could pre-order these boxes for 150 to 180 AUD. Get a few. If you can only afford one, get one. If you can afford 2, get 2. If you can afford 5, get 5. But we really think that these boxes will be worth quite a bit more than $150 once you get your hands on them. And we were right. We were right on the money. And at the point when we told people to pre-order them, it was the Blue Bottom. Then they released the Blue Bottom. And the reason why they released the White Bottom is because there were some cards within the Blue Bottom set that had certain writing on it that was deemed to be either wrong or deemed to be overpowered when you played it in the game or something like that. So they nerfed the cards. I can't remember exactly what the reason, but at the end of the day, what that did, it created the second wave. Now the White Bottoms, they're doing okay, Doma. The White Bottoms, they're doing okay. They're, I'll show you here, Doma. I'll show you exactly. The White Bottoms, if you got the White Bottom and you got it at retail, you're doing all right, Doma. You're doing all right. You're not doing bad for yourself. They're going for 500 USD.
Full disclaimer, I had a Blue Bottom and I sold it for 800 Australian. Right. So you're about to see what they're at.
And so this is the White Bottoms. They're at 500 USD, 450, 425.
So it's effectively sold for what I sold my Blue Bottom for.
Yep. And this is where it gets interesting because the Blue Bottoms, ladies and gentlemen, hang on, wait, that's not the right one. That's the right one. There was an auction that went just the other day, sold for 2,233 USD. and another one that went for back in August, the 27th of August. So what's that? 12 days ago, that went for 247. So we can say an aggregate price of about 2,300 USD. I'm just going to say.
So it's about 3,000 Australian.
They are now worth 2,300 USD, which is worth 3,476 AUD. And we can tell you with utmost confidence on this show, ladies and gentlemen, that we told you to pre-order them at $150 and put it away in a safe keep and hold on to it. And I really
Except
hope
me, because I'm a
people
lemon
out there. Hey, look, what did I say to you? I think I'm the bigger lemon, Dom, because I should have probably bought it from you for 800. But I didn't think that within what 3 years?
3 years.
We're now saying 3 years. This box has increased. Hang on. Well, let's just do the quick maths. Let's say 300 and let's just say 3,400 divided by 150. 22 to X in 3 years. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Divide that by 3. That's 7.5X per year. Pretty good. Blue bottom. Mania. It's gone nuts, Doma. I can't believe it because last time I checked, they were only going for about 1,200 or 1,400 USD, and I thought that was great, Doma. But they've gone up nearly 1,000 USD since I checked it last time, and that wasn't even that long ago.
One Piece Global. It's the first box of One Piece. It's like the first edition print, and then they reprinted them with white bottom boxes. So there's blue bottom at the beginning. And then, like Saucy said, there was like an error card, and they reprinted them, and all the boxes are white bottom. So if you're ever going to go buy a box and you think, oh, I want to invest in this, if you flip it upside down and it's got a white bottom, that's not the original set with the error card. The blue bottom ones are. Full disclaimer, I sold it for $800 and I took the profit, mate, because like Saucy said, we bought them for $150. So I'll take it, mate. That's why the hobby's great. It's a win's a win.
Win is a win. Correct.
I sold it for $800. It could have gone down to $2 the next day. It could have been Metapoo 2.0.
I don't think so.
I don't think so because it's actually got it's got IP.
It's got a very good IP.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. Blue Box Mania, you know, it's just, man, this hobby, it amazes me at times, man, at the best of times, you know. And yeah, stuff like this when you hold the faith, and you know, I've got mine sealed in a little Tupperware container, and I pre-ordered it for $150. I can't wait. I can't wait to the day that I maybe sell it. I don't know. I feel like it's going to end up being a 10,000 USD box. I could be wrong.
More than that. It'd be worth more than that.
I'm just going to put that on the podcast that it's going to go 5x from where it's at right now, which is 2,000 USD, 2,300 USD.
I hope so, Sauce. I hope so. Seriously, it'd be good.
I hope so too.
For everyone, people usually be listening still at this point. Just before we do finish up, we are getting on Whatnot, just to let you all know. We will be on there. So just letting you know, we're setting things up.
Got to verify. We do have an account. So if you have Whatnot, go follow us. I don't have the link right here. But if you
we'll probably get
double coverage, you'll see our logo.
Starting next week, we'll get all that sorted. Put the link in so you can start following us. We're looking to start selling post the Oz National, more than likely, or maybe, so in a few weeks' time. Saucy and I are just going to get some stuff sorted. We'll just make sure our inventory's all sorted, ready to go. We've got a few things on the cards. We're not going to do anything stupid like snort lines or do anything like that on Whatnot, so don't stress. So... But we'll be doing all types of stuff. Sell a lot of stuff. I'll come join in. Yeah, Magda, jump on, buddy. You can consign your cards with us. Whatnot will take 8%, and then we'll take another 10% on top of that. I have a coaster as a slab. Well, you could actually sell a coaster instead of a slab.
Here's
Tray
my
on coaster.
here's my coaster collection right here. I found it the other day. I thought I better
There you
get
go,
him
Nick.
out. There he is,
Yeah.
Nick Claxton, the original coaster. Then
Oh.
Sekou Dumboya
Oh.
coaster, and then this guy bloke here, Darius Baisley coaster.
I'd rather you take commission. Nah, yeah, I know. It is what it is, eh? Just before we do finish up, Magda did send me this, so let's
bring it up. I found the link for that thing, so I'll bring it up and give it a shout out.
Easy. So he's FIFA Club World Cup Panini Prism. So first off the line is now available. Just to give you a look into some of the cards here, there's a dual color blast. There is Cole Palmer.
Who would have thought? Kabooms. Oh.
Mbappe, Endrick, dual sticker auto, just how Saucy likes them. Enfuego, Prismatic. That's it. That's all there is for the preview. Very nice.
Right,
no, we're not. Oh, I'm not. Yes, what do you got, Saucy?
I have this. So I just wanted to give this a plug. It is coming up on 2nd of November. So
Here we go.
Time. It's the Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair. Why we're giving it a plug is we're going to try attend, but our names will be on the event list because the Oracle will be setting up there, and he obviously sets up under double coverage. If you don't know, he always puts down double coverage as himself. He doesn't really have a social media or anything, so he just puts double coverage down there. But what's great, if you are going to attend this, ladies and gentlemen, please, and I'm going to put this in the chat, and I'll also put it in the show notes and the description. I'll add it in there a bit later. If you're going to attend this and you're going to buy the ticket, buy it through this link because they've got an incentive. Obviously, if you've got a platform to promote it and people are going to go anyway, buy it through that link. We get a little kickback out of it. It obviously helps us a little bit. I think it's like, I don't know what you're getting, like $1 a ticket or something that you sell, 50 cents a ticket. I think it was that someone told me. So for every ticket that someone buys through that, we get back 50 cents. It would be great. If you're going to attend, help us out, buy the ticket through that link. It's not much to ask. If you're not going to attend, hey, it is what it is. We're just letting people know. We try to let people know all of these type of events, whether it's, comic and toy fair, whether it's, because we know that when you go to these comic and toy fairs like this, there's more than just, it's not just comic and toys. Like there's a lot of people doing cards there. Like I would say, there would still be at least 25% of vendors would have cards or 30% of vendors. And it's going across
Definitely.
2 basketball courts. And there's a lot of other stuff to look at. So, we try to do our part for the community and let people know about these shows if you want to attend. This one is held out at the, where is it? At the Narangji basketball stadium.
That's a thing.
Narangji Stadium, Thornbury, 2281 Darabin Road, Thornbury. Buy the ticket through
disc.
that.
That's a disc at where the disc soccer fields are.
Yeah. So check it out. It's the Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair, 2nd of November. We'll probably keep plugging this on the show over the coming weeks and
not a lot of
in the description.
Not a lot of parking there too, so I'm just letting you all know.
Okay.
It's not ideal for parking.
Not ideal for parking.
If it's going to be massive like the one that was at on Plenty Road at the stadium there last year, where you and I also had to park across the road and everyone was just, they parked all the way up.
Parking all the way up Plenty Road, mate. They were just
If it's going to be like that, then I'm just trying to think where you'd park. It's where Northcote Soccer Club is.
Yep.
They used to be in the MPL. Yeah, it's right next to that. So there isn't too much parking around there. Yeah.
We make do.
Yeah, probably have to just park across the road somewhere and just walk across.
Oz National Saturday tickets sold out. Beautiful, Magda. Doma will be in there on the Sunday. I will
Sunday.
be there. I will be there both days, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom.
Probably, I'm thinking myself the first day, because I'm going to be by myself, I might do a bit of a vlog type video for the YouTube, and hopefully just like a bit like I did the other one, a bit like a all long sort of format, and just mush it all together, release it. It could go for half an hour, who knows, but release something and maybe try to get that out, as soon as I can, within the week. And then on the Sunday, we'll do the roaming source out and about with Doma, because he'll be there. So I need my cameraman.
I'm hoping Saucy makes all these sales on Saturday, so then he and I can go whatnot shopping on Sunday.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'll do a bit of a vlog and set up my cards and that to sell a few things, and on the Saturday. And yeah, there's a lot to go on the Saturday. Like I mean, I'm really setting myself up to do the whole thing, Doma. I want to be there. I want to be, set up with my cards, try sell a few things, and then go to the trade show later on, and in the evening, and even set up a little bit there and maybe make some deals. Who knows? It's gonna be awesome, man. And that's coming obviously this 20th and 21st of this month, ladies and gentlemen. It is.
Does the trade show run on the Sunday night as well, or is it just Saturday?
No, I think it's just the Saturday, because the Saturday they've really, really plugged the trade show.
I'm spewing. I'm going to miss that, but
what
it is. I'll be there on the Sunday. I'll be
it'll be a good experience.
I'll be very under the weather. I think
we'll get you on the mic.
You can interview me if you want. Fuck, you're gonna have to pick me up nice and early. I'll sleep in the car on the way in.
Yeah, I'll pick you up, mate. Don't worry, mate. I'll be around. I'm very excited for the shows to come up,
and I'll be all right.
At the end of the year. It's been a great, as we reflect, it's getting towards the end of the year. It's already September. Before you know, it's going to be Christmas. We're going to be doing the New Year show, Doma, and going to a new year of double coverage. It's been a great year in the hobby. We've had, plethora of shows here, new shows popping up. And we've had, things like Collects Fest being featured on major news here in Australia, and being plastered, all over the news. The hobby and people collecting any type of collectibles, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger in this country. And more people are enjoying, adding pieces and collections and buying and selling, and having a hobby that we can all enjoy. It's brilliant.
Well, I completely agree with you. It's been a massive year. It's been a great year. We've still yet to get many guests on, but the weekends should slowly be freeing up for myself now that soccer's done, and I'll try and tee something up with Source, and we can try and get some athletes on, or guests. There's a few people we want to re-interview that are not from here. There's some people we want to interview that are from here as well, and get them on. Some up-and-comers and people that are established. So we'll get around to doing all of that, that's for sure. But before we do finish up, Source, we've got a date, 26th of April, 26. Hobby Hangout XL is back at the Royal Exhibition Building.
Bang. There you go.
Now, there's someone over in the States that said they want the biggest show we have in the country to be sent to them when it's released, and there is no promises, potential that person might come down to Australia to attend that show, come on a holiday, and potentially set up at the show. Or if he doesn't set up, he'll be there to purchase cards. So
great. There we go. We'll have to let him know.
We'll see if double coverage can make it happen now. And it's not Cage. So, Cage, when you do listen to this, we expect you to be down here as the second guest. And Manny, here's an invite to you. You ever want to come to Australia? This is your chance. You can come see
Plenty of spiders here for you.
And he only wants to come see you anyway, so
that's all right, mate. I'll take you under my wing, Manny. You're welcome here, mate. You're welcome.
I would look after him, but he doesn't want to see me. But if you do look after me, I'll take you and the family to the zoo, mate. And then I'll put you in the spider enclosure and bring the girls over there and they can go enjoy the animals.
In the butterflies one.
Yeah, butterflies. You can go see the snakes and the spiders and all that shit that you hate the most, and they can have fun. On that note, Source, a lot of stuff happened in the hobby. It's been awesome, and we can't wait for the year to round out with some more great shows. So keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Source, and peace.
Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all spots, double coverage.